Hey folks, back with another little video. This time we are full circle, back looking at the sword that started it all for me. This is the Masahiro Ninja Sword, Dragon Ninja Sword, I believe it was called. The Masahiro Dragon Ninja Sword. Started in early 2014 with me, almost 10 years. I wanted to test the waters. I didn't want to spend a lot of money in case I got ripped off. I never bought a sword in my life, and I didn't know if it was going to cross the border. I didn't know if Cult of Athena was a legit company or if the YouTube reviewers were pulling my leg. So I didn't spend a lot of money. I spent, I believe it was about $130 back in the day. And it came. It was awesome. So that prompted me to buy more and more and more and more. Which brings me to today. But again, I'm doing a little series reviewing all my sword collection one by one. And I'm to the point, like I said, this is the sword that started it all. I learned a lot with this sword. I love this sword. It's not the finest sword in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but it is what it is. So where do we begin? It's marketed as the Dragon Ninja Sword. However, spec-wise, it's more like a Chokuto. It's more like a straight-bladed katana, I believe, than more like a ninja sword. Let's start at the friendly end. This is the Kashira. Again, looking at the Kashira, some nice engravings. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It also has these things where the Ito passes through, and they are Shitodome, and they are Shitidome. They are kind of popping out of there, carrying on the lackluster quality. It's got this plastic leather kind of wrap that is not very good. It's got definitely an imitation Samagawa under there, which I did notice is kind of showing some funky bump up here by the Makugi pin. It is, however, a full tang. It is real Makugi pinned through. I have had this apart over the years. The Suba, sorry, the Fuchi up in here has some nice engraving on it. The paint is starting to wear off it, and it does look like it's actually brass. So there's that. The carrying on the dragon theme. So carrying on the dragon theme, there is a cool Chinese looking dragon engraved into the Suba. You can see him under here. Let's spin him around. Both sides of the Suba guard. Some brass seppa and fairly decent brass habaki. You may notice on the saya a color difference between here and there. I'm not gonna lie, this sword bit me and taught me a lesson way back in the day to never practice EI or draw cuts with a straight bladed sword if you don't know what you're doing. The very first few months that I bought this sword, I tried doing a draw cut with it and pulled the sword straight through the side of the saya, straight into my palm. I do recall playing a series of shows with a gauze pad and some gauze tape around my hand. No bueno, but life teaches you lessons whether you want to learn them or not, hey? But either way, I recovered and the saya recovered. I glued it back together and shot it with some paint. Again, wasn't being fussy, didn't buff it out, didn't high glass it or anything like that. Speaking of the saya, it's a little worse for wear, but nothing crazy bad. The Sageo is still tied on as it was back in 2014. A few dings and dents and maybe a little bit of dust in the finish from lack of love. But I do love it. I do have fond memories of it. As I say, if you hop in your Wayback Machine and go way back, and I mean practically to the third video I ever posted on my channel, you will see the Masahiro Ninja Toe when it was slightly better condition. Again, taught me some valuable lessons, taught me some valuable techniques, and holds a special place in my heart and on my sword rack. A few specs. They say it's a 1065 carbon steel. I can't confirm or deny. It seems like it's a good quality steel. Holds its edge okay. It did go dull. I tried to sharpen it using a pull-through sharpener. Learned a lesson. Had to redo it with stones. That's why when we look at the blade, up close, you will see a bit of sanding scratches, a little bit of scuffy, bit of polish that I tried to do, you know. Also down on this end, I should point out, we have the Masahiro logo. I guess that's the Masahiro emblem. Nicely engraved, not gonna lie, it's not terrible. Kind of like a dragon wrapped around a sword or something. And if we flip over the other side, we have a nicely, though not as deep, engraved, kind of engraved dragon. I don't know if we can see that very well, but there's sort of an engraved dragon on that side. Again, a 1065 high carbon steel. Scar length is 11.5 inches. Blade length is 27. Weight is showing up as 2.5 pounds. I'm going to trust those measurements. I'm reading that from a user named Yazuka Dragon on Sword Buyer's Guide. I'm going to trust him more than I'm going to trust the measurements from the website. I did take some looking around. I know when I bought this, it was a Masahiro Dragon Ninja Sword. It does show up as Tenryu in a lot of places, so I don't know who makes it anymore or who markets it. But it is still available from what I can tell. Sword Friend Freestyle Swordsman, Seth, posted a video on this sword a fair while ago. Being that it was one of Ninja Mixer's wall hangers. Not one of Ninja Mixer's swords that he uses in those crazy cool videos, but it was a wall hanger that he had in the background, and I believe Seth has one of these that he showed. And again, it was my first. So, as we do with all these videos, I took it out to the stump for a few cuts. First time this thing has been swung in a long time. I have occasionally taken it out for a nostalgia trip, but it's definitely been a few years since I've blown the dust off the blade. So anyway, we'll take it out to the stump and we'll show you the performance of it on a few targets right now. This time, the sword that started it all. This is the Masahiro Dragon Ninja Sword. Try two. Yeah, it's no slouch. It can cut. It's a bit of fun. It still holds its own 9 years after the fact. And there you go. That was my short review of the Masahiro Dragon Ninja Sword. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching, folks. Bye.